and this one right there, this one, where am I going? Hey guys, welcome back. So got another indie brand palette review video for you guys today. This is the GlamLite Cosmetics Masterpiece Palette. So this was their first palette that they came out with, and this is the one that, ridiculously enough, I had purchased and forgotten that I'd purchased, and I found it in my collection when I was organizing one day, and I was like, oh my goodness, I totally forgot that I owned that palette. So I was excited to find it and actually play around with it and do a video for you guys. So isn't that ridiculous? That's a little bit of a testament that I need to be better organized with my makeup. That's why it's funny when people ask me to do like a makeup collection or a beauty room tour. I don't have a beauty room. This is like the office / catch-all room, and my makeup is all in the bedroom, so it's not well organized. Clearly, since I lost a palette and forgot I owned it. So anywho, I found it and I'm excited to do a video on it. So that's what we're gonna be chatting about today. We are gonna talk about all the usual things, pricing, packaging, we'll look at swatches, I'll chat with you guys about the formula, my overall thoughts and impressions on the palette, and then also show you a tutorial on this look right here. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so the price of this palette is $35. As far as packaging goes, this is a big palette. I mean, this is like the size of my head. So this is a large palette, but I really like the look of it. It's got this like sleek look and theme to it, like it's a masterpiece and it's kind of like it's fancy. So I really like the look to it. Very sleek, nice gold and black packaging to it. Nice sturdy cardboard. You open it up. There is a mirror in here and it's a really cool shape to it. So that's a fun little detail on it. As far as what you're getting in here color-wise, at first glance, it looks like this is an overall very warm toned palette, and there definitely are quite a few warm toned shadows in here, but there are also cool tones in here as well. Like this one is a silvery sort of a color. This is kind of a grayish sort of a shade. This one is a little bit more cool toned. So there definitely are some cool tones in here, but quite a few warm tones as well. Nice collection of mattes and shimmers. Just a really beautiful palette, very neutral. This one is a little bit outside of the neutral range. It's a little bit more of a greeny color, but everything else is pretty much neutral. More warm tones than cool tones, but there are some cool tones in here. Now for some swatches, starting on the top left side of the palette, this is Tres Leches, Giselle, Glitz, Slay. Second row of the palette, this is Kalia, Sunset Boulevard, At Poppy Glam, Sunrise. Third row, this is hashtag Goals, Peachy, Miracle, Sweet Latte, and then bottom row, this is Chocolate Bay, Inner Beauty, Braveheart, and Melanin. Hashtag Melanin. Formula-wise on these shadows, I really like the formula of these shadows. So first let's talk about the mattes. So the mattes are that kind of a formula that they look nice in a swatch, but I don't feel like the swatches really fully tell their full greatness because they are a really nice silky sort of a texture, so they're just really easy to work with on the eyes. They are not pigmented, but they're not too pigmented where they're difficult to work with, and they're not overly soft either. So they really kick up very minimal product in the pan. I don't really notice any fallout on the face, especially with the mattes. I just find them so very easy to work with. So they look pretty in a swatch, but I really feel like the full potential and amazingness of them comes out when you use them on your eyes. So love the matte. There are metallic-y shades in this palette that are really beautiful, like this one, and the green sort of a color. Those are that thicker sort of a metallic finish where they apply nicely, they build on themselves nicely, and are just that great metallic sort of a formula. So really like those. Then there are some ones like this one, and this one. Right there, this one, and this one. This one, where am I going? This one right here, this one, and this one. Those are kind of more glittery top coats. I personally really like them because I like shimmery shades, but I could see some people not super duper loving those. They're just a little bit different to work with because they are that just more shimmer, less metallic. They're just more of that shimmery top coat, but I used one on my lids today, and like this one right here, is it that one? which one is it? Hang on, I gotta get it. I gotta figure it out. Which one is my favorite? I think, okay, it's this one. This one is my favorite in the palette, and it's one of those shades because it is just so shimmery and beautiful. So I like to use them with either a glitter glue or a setting spray. I would definitely tap off your brush, but if you use it with some kind of a setting spray or a glitter glue, just something to help hold it together, they're really, really beautiful. I mean, I do still have a little bit of shimmer on my face, but I mean, it's nothing major. And that's not a deal breaker for me. I don't mind that. I kind of see it as like, oh, it's just a little happy fun on my face. But I know some people get really upset about that. So there are a few of those in this palette. I think they are beautiful. They do take some extra tweaking with application, but they look stunning on the eyes. So I really personally love those, but I did want to note the difference in those for people that really don't prefer those kind of shadows. But there's just a few of them in the palette. So there's lots more in there that I think that you could really enjoy, even if you aren't a big fan of those few types of shadows. So it's just a beautiful collection of colors. My rude camera cut me off, but I was just saying overall thoughts on this palette. I really, really like this palette. I think the quality is absolutely there. I love the collection of colors in here because I feel like it's one of those palettes that you can really go very neutral with it and just everyday sort of looks, or you can kind of concentrate on the more kind of interesting colors in here, like the mustard color, this sort of bright corally shade, this sort of orangey shade, this green shade. So you can kind of concentrate on those kind of more different, interesting colors and really create some very different sort of looks. So I think that you've got a lot of possibilities with this palette, and it's just fun. You can really be very neutral, or you can be a little bit interesting and different in your looks. But I've loved it every time I've used it on my eyes. I've been impressed with it. It's just been so easy to work with. So I personally think it's a great palette. I think she did a great job on it. So those are my overall thoughts and opinions. So now we're gonna get to the tutorial. Okay, so I've already applied some eyeshadow primer. So I'm gonna set that with some of Tres Leches on just a Moda crease brush. I'm gonna take a Cozette S175 brush and get some of Sunrise on that brush and apply that. I'm gonna tap it off real quick and apply that into my crease and transition area, just building up that color. I love this color. It's such a fun, like mustardy yellow shade. I'm gonna take some of Sunset Boulevard on a Cozette D220 brush and apply that kind of into the same place, but concentrating it a little bit more in my outer corner and then blending it over into my crease, but kind of lower in my crease. And I kind of want to do a semi-cut crease. So I'm going to get a little bit of Maybelline's Fit Me Concealer. I have this in Fair 10. I'm going to get a little bit of that on a concealer brush and just going to apply some of this to my lids just to kind of brighten up that inner half of my lids, prepping it for a really pretty shadow. I'm going to get a flat concealer brush and get some of Glitz on that brush. Probably my favorite shadow in the palette. It is so pretty. So get that on my brush, tap off my brush a little bit, and then I'm going to spray it with some setting spray. And then just apply this onto the inner half of my lid, just building that color up. Oh, it's so sparkly and pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to get some of Braveheart on a small crease brush. This is from CVS, and I'm just going to apply a little bit. Oh, I just went ahead and just smashed it into my eyeball a little bit, but I'm going to put it in my outer corner. At least I had good aim there. Just kind of lightly touching where those colors meet, that pretty shimmery silvery shade and the outer V color. Just kind of lightly touching to blend those colors together. Just doing a little bit of a light blending. I just like to do this just because I feel like it kind of helps to meld everything together. Even if I'm not seeing harsh lines, I'll usually go back in with my blending brushes just to kind of Make sure everything is seamless and softened. Now I'm going to apply some liner and mascara to my upper lash line and upper lashes. I'm using my Mally Evercolor Starlight Waterproof Liner in Dark Chocolate and my IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So I'm going to apply these and I'll be right back. I went ahead and applied some concealer, powder, and bronzer. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to get some of Sunrise on a BH Cosmetics number 10 brush. And I'm just going to run this along my lower lash line. And I'm going to get a little bit of Sunset Boulevard and just put that on the outer third or so. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush and get some of Glitz. I just love this one, so I want to use more of it. Get some of that on that pencil brush. Just tap some of this on the inner corners of my eyes. I'm going to first tap it on dry, and then I'm going to go back in with a little bit of setting spray. Now I'm just going to use some CoverGirl Clump Crusher on my lower lashes and then finish up the rest of my makeup. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video. So I hope that you really enjoyed it and I hope it was helpful for you. Please hit a thumbs up if it was. Let me know down below what you think about this palette, if you own it or if you've eyed it. What are your thoughts and opinions? Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!